is introducing, in some cases, and expanding culturally relevant teaching. Can you please scroll down, gentlemen? Thank you. So we spent quite a bit of time in our cohort defining culturally relevant teaching. It's obviously a buzzword at the moment, and what we found is that people are working with a very shallow definition of this pedagogy. And so we grounded our work in Ladson Billings. She defines culturally relevant pedagogy as one that empowers students. And this really resonated with us. What we're finding in our district, largely with fellow educators, unfortunately, but largely with administrators and even our superintendent, is that many people are operating with a deficit framework for our communities that we serve. We know that that is not the way to empower our students. We have a district that is 100% free lunch, all Title I schools. The idea that our students need to escape their community really damages our communities and the psyches of our students. And so we know that we need to address that mindset, and we feel that this framework is the way that we can do that. Can you scroll down, please? Thank you. So the big thing for us when we're talking about expanding what culturally relevant teaching is that it is a pedagogy of opposition. We want to move beyond the idea that it's just about representation. Oh, if you read a book about Cesar Chavez, that's culturally relevant teaching. Not to say that it's not, but we must dig deeper. We must really incorporate an intersectional approach to this thinking. And it really must be in opposition to our white supremacist, settler, colonial framework that in Texas we definitely have infused in our standards. But nationally, really challenging a heteronormative patriarchal society. We are all about building a collective critical consciousness in our students. Our students need to understand that success is measured not in their test scores, but in their ability for self-determination for themselves and their community. And so we are really hoping to counteract the subtractive assimilation that has really infused education in our communities and throughout our state. And this is all really in line with our social justice framework, right? We want to develop a socio-political or critical consciousness, and the big thing is that we want our students to understand that they come from rich communities and that there is power in the collective, right? That we want to counteract the narrative that the only way that our poor Black and brown students can achieve success is by individually achieving success. And not by raising up their entire community. And so we have a plan on how we're going to do that, and so I'm going to pass it to Monico.
All right, so the plan. How we got there, we had to have a lot of conversations. So through our CRT, we arrived at CRT through 50 conversations through our sounding boards. And so really, I think what we're focusing on is just multiple points of entry for educators, and anyone who works in a school building is an educator. It doesn't just have to be a teacher. It can be the staff, it can be the cafeteria person, the janitor,